we have to play some cameras.
Which was unusual for me to speak such short, just a few seconds. And what I had and wanted to say was that truth is beauty. Beauty, truth. And she's mine. And that's all I had to say. And I thought that it was pretty much described how my girl is and has been all these years.
And he puts up with it and yells at me when I tell him you're wrong. When I'm correcting him.
But the truth is
all
spoken,
the
you
time.
know.
It doesn't mean that he wants truth all the time. That's not for him.
Oh, that's the interpretation.
Yes.
Well, in any event, it was a wonderful event up there. So there's been celebrations going on now for the past 2 or 3 weeks of this. I think we need to get on with Gert.
Before you get on, could I ask one more question?
Yeah.
Could Gert briefly describe her actual emergence into this earth as her...
Visualize this with Gert's father, the only male in the house, 5 daughters and a wife, and 1 bathroom. Can you imagine? I thought I had accused him. I had accused him more than once sitting down to pee because he thought that's the only way you do it.
It had to be about 2 years ago. I don't think I did before I was in the hospital.
I've started notes on my
I
own.
thought you did start.
Maybe, I don't remember. It was around that time.
On my own remembrances, and I get stopped every time before recording until recently. The reason I noticed I would stop to complete my notes was that I viewed that as being the end of my life. But I made a compromise that at the end of my memoir, I would put to be continued. And that way I could overcome any fear that this was the end, there'd be more coming. You know.
Mine is not a literary work. It's just, I just as they come to me, I write it down. It's good for my kids.
Well,
but the memories that come up from one memory is amazing. So it goes on and on. I can't stop. I don't know how to end it. You know, I said, I'm finished with it. I went through. And then I go back to it. I'm reminded of it.
I said it before. Maybe some of you didn't hear, so I'll repeat. That Gert's birthday really is mine. 2. I didn't know, of course, at the time. I was about 3.5 years old when she was born. But the beginning of my life was set at that moment, unknown. So I celebrate her birthday.
It's my romantic.
Along with my own.
You know,
And it's true. It's true. There's that feeling about luck, promise, hard work, you know, difficulty, pleasures, and the pleasures and the overcoming of difficulties were ways of strengthening our lives. And it's with that strength that we were able, I think, to go on. I think one acquires strength from adversity. Sometimes you don't look for adversity, but once you have it, and you find that you can survive it, then it's very important. Do you know what occurs to me just now? It's not my birthday. Why am I
You just claimed it at his birthday.
You're walked out on
You
me.
just said it is.
Okay.
My mother knew his parents, my mother and father, and they were common links. They knew her sister. And my mother and father used to go over to the Rabinowitz house, you know, for meeting, and they had a bachelor, and my mother had daughters, so they talk about it for years. This went on, you know. It was, you know, half a joke. They all meet, you know, they all meet. So when they were sitting Shiva during that period of someone finally decided to do something about it or something, and my sister Zadie and my mother said, we had to go see a customer in Nouveau David, and then we're going to stop there. You come along. And I used to hear the stories, you know, favorite. You come along, and I say, look, I know what you're talking about, and not in these terms, I didn't say it, but generally speaking, that nothing's going to happen, you know, in a crowded room, you know, or anything like that. And nothing did happen.
We didn't even see each other. In the apartment,
I was in one room.
a tiny apartment. I was in the kitchen, and a fellow by the name of Saul Druckmann, who apparently wasn't too happy with his marriage, kept saying, stay here. Don't move out of this kitchen. She's over there in that next room. Don't move. You know, and I was listening to him. I didn't know what the hell he was talking about. I didn't know what dangerous it was. So I sat there in that kitchen, and Gert was in the very next room, in the little small living room.
I would talk to Ida most of the time. And so then during the week, his cousin, yeah, said, you're going to call her? And he got on the phone, she dialed it, I think.
Yeah, she dialed the number, handed me the receipt. She said, here, call, talk, is what she said, talk. You know, I said, what am I supposed to say? Talk. And that's how it all started. I started to talk.
And I was in a position of, do I play coy, who is this?
Yeah.
And I couldn't. How do I play this game when I knew who he was? But I was enjoying being in that position. So.
Well,
Druckmann part before.
Well, we
really?
never used it, that's right.
That's right.
I can still see Saul. I tried to get up out of the chair, just to get up. Sit. He pushed me there. Sit. You wait here. She's in the next room. Who is she? I didn't know. She's in the next room.
So he was anti-marriage.
He was apparently, and apparently knew something, that Gert was there. Gert was the only unattached person.
Did he know you or have something against you?
No, he didn't know her. He's just against, he's against marriage, period.